It is Tuesday morning and Tesla stock surely has made a move. Well, I'm actually recording this Monday because what it does on a given day isn't as important as the overall picture. If you're new to this or any particular stock, my advice is to zoom out a little bit. And if you're a seasoned veteran and you just need a reminder, we're going to talk about that too. I've got Randy Kirk here who's going to give us some perspectives and some insights, and then hopefully tell us what we're looking for in the next year, 2026. Maybe I'll make him do a price target or two because he goes crazy when he does. I'm Brian. Welcome to Future Ozza. Randy, it's Monday and I'm panicking. Oh, I'm panicking. Can you hear the panic in my voice?
I know. Did you sell everything?
No, I forgot to.
Oh,
And now it's falling, so I can't sell it. Well, look at this. That's a lot of red, Randy. That's deeply red. It's down 3.81% today, which must mean on the 5-day, I got to be down, what, 20%?
yeah.
Oh, it's up. Well, the 1 month is up. See, I'm down on the month. Oh, if I'd have bought a month ago, I'd have lost
Oh,
1.7%. 6 months, wow, that's actually pretty good.
yeah.
Year to date, not quite as exciting. Tide comes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that. What is going on? Well, I'd only doubled my money in the last 5 years. Okay. I mean, you could pick any of these peaks and valleys and show kind of any picture. Well, if I sold here, I sold here. Oh my gosh, that was the worst year ever. Down 72% in a year. Oh, tragedy strikes. So first of all, what is going on? Why is it down on Monday?
Well, it's really, really bizarre. Morgan's, and there should be a video with Larry and I from yesterday, if people want to go back and check it out, where Larry and I are going to just really dig into that Morgan Stanley note that seems to have caused all the consternation, because the Morgan Stanley note said, are you ready? They gave us
I'm ready.
a bull price target for next year of $860. Now, that's only $140 short of my bull price target for next year, which is $1,000. So $860 next year will be double where we are right now. So and that was increased. They increased it from where it had been. So I'm looking at this note from Morgan Stanley and going, why is the stock down this morning? And yet it's the only explanation. There is nothing else going on. The rest of the market, well, last I checked, I don't want to be completely wrong on that. The rest of the market is off, but nothing. I mean, like the NASDAQ is off 0.38, Tesla's off 3.82. That's not the normal delta.
So do you think it's the Morgan Stanley note that's making the move?
Yeah, so Morgan Stanley, they increased their base price target, they increased their long-term price target, that they thought you should buy it, they thought you should hold it. They use different words, but basically what
Overweight and underweight?
overweight to neutral weight. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I love is when a analyst says, the stock today is at 400. We think it should be at 500 and we're overweight.
Yeah.
How? Do you not want those extra, $100? Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Guys, you got to stop with the dartboard math. This is, for those who don't know, 2025. Time travelers, welcome. This is 2025. We've got another year coming up next year. I'm not sure which one it is.
Yeah.
Somebody can check in the comments what year next year is.
It's very close too. It's only 3 weeks away.
Yeah, crazy. Where is the year gone, Randy?
I don't know.
My question is, are there any catalysts to the upside we should look for? And bear in mind, I'm going to ask you for the downside too. Upside catalysts in 2026, Randy Kirk, go.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look again at Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley said, look, we know what the catalysts are. They're pretty obvious. And it's the robotaxi rollout and the Optimus rollout. And Elon Musk said last week, just in case you want to get it from the horse's mouth, Elon Musk said last week or the week before, there's really only two catalysts. When we become unsupervised in terms of FSD, and when we start the ramp of the Optimus robot. So Yes, are there other catalysts that we're going to get between now and then that are going to move the market up and down? 100%. I list them all the time on X and on my channel. But the two biggies are those two biggies. Yeah.
Hmm. So I will say that unsupervised FSD is a large umbrella because that means robotaxi, that means cybercab, that means FSD for lease and purchase in the US, in all of North America, but expanding throughout the world. We're seeing good progress in its rollout potential in Europe. Test drives are happening. Have you seen any feedback on those test drives?
Oh, well, the feedback has been absolutely amazing. We've seen from Germany, from Italy, from Spain. I mean, all over the European continent, we have these ride alongs, but we also have the press. So, and the press has not been a friend to Elon or a friend to Tesla necessarily in Europe. In fact, quite the au contraire. So, we do have amazing. I mean, just people are just gabsmacked. Can we still use that, or is it too soon?
Gobsmacked?
Gobsmacked. Yeah. Can we still?
Hmm.
Mm.
I like your way better. They
So,
are. The reviews have been overwhelmingly
oh yeah.
positive.
Well, get in the
And
get
it's
in the car. I mean, what the heck? We had in Miami. We don't have to go to Europe. In Miami over the weekend, they decided to put on this event in and allow people to take a ride in a Tesla with the full self driving on it. And the lines were down the block. I mean, there was just people lined up and lined up and lined up to go on those rides. So there's interest out there, and I think there's a magic to it going even from the slight nag that we have now after the update. We have this improvement in the nag to less of a nag to a full unsupervised where people will literally be able to text, write a novel, sleep in the back, whatever.
so I'm gonna pretend for a second I can't do math. $99 a month for the subscription. What would happen to Tesla's revenue if a million cars decided to add it?
Oh, $99 million a month.
Wow.
Oh,
Now, we're being a little facetious with the complication of the math here because it's not complicated. It's the easiest math in the world. What would happen if you added 1.2 billion in revenue with no marginal cost?
yeah.
It costs nothing. The software is already resident on your car. All they have to do is push this much data to turn it on, and you got it.
Yeah,
And
so you just
now
divide that by three, you get to $4 a share. You multiply that times whatever PE you want to use. If you use 100, that alone would be a 400 increase in the price of the stock.
$400.
$400. Yeah.
I don't think that that's necessarily the correct amount to add to the market cap for just adding a million more
But that's
subscribers.
what
But what it does is help offset the insanity of today's price to earnings ratio,
I
which
have.
is
I was coming to that conclusion. I did only a couple of weeks ago. It did strike me, Brian, that in the Morgan Stanley note, they talk about all these things that are going to happen, and that's in the price. And yet, if it's in the price, then as they happen, some of it is already in the price. So their statement that it could double, the price could just about double between now and the end of next year is in line with my estimates. But that would be maybe it's also they're calling it their bull case. We might need a little more than that, but there is a possibility that we're going to get a lot more than that. It won't be just Robotaxi. It won't be just Optimus. There's another catalyst coming, right?
is there?
So they're talking about a fab, a chip fab. We're talking about Tesla building.
So we will get
Yeah.
to that in just a second. I did want
Oh,
to mention
oh,
before it's too late, before the call to action is lost, before
okay.
people think it's the end of the show. It is not. This coming Saturday, December 13th, from 1 to 5 p.m., I'm going to be at the Palo Alto Fire Station number 2 in Palo Alto, California. Come join me, won't you? Bring a toy for the little ones. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll get to the chip fab
Okay.
last because it's so big.
Okay.
Optimus being on the roadmap, that Do you expect much revenue in 26?
I do actually, but before we get to revenue, I expect a hundred. I'm sorry, I expect almost a billion, certainly a $500 million in cost savings for the Tesla factories by virtue of putting 5,000 of these Optimi to work in the
In
factory in
2026?
2026. That
Mm.
Elon said it was going to be in 2025, and having
Well,
and having
how'd that
moved,
work?
yeah, but he's only moved it a quarter basically from where it was. So I'm looking at 5,000 Optimi robots easily in the factories in the first half of next year, and then the second half, which is Elon's latest estimate, we'll start to sell them to third parties in the second half of the year.
Mm. I have never been invited to a third party. Usually after the second one, they're like, okay, that was enough. Uh, I am much more skeptical. I think the timeline will be a lot longer. I think factory pace is rampant and that it's difficult. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, the diner is a perfect test bed for Optimus in restaurants. And I say, Optimus ain't going to be in restaurants first. That's for sure. Restaurant pace is frantic. Uh, Optimus would, we've seen how Optimus serves popcorn. Optimus would serve one hamburger a day. So I don't know if that's quite ready for mainstream. I don't see substantial savings in factory work. 5,000 is not a big number when you consider the size of Tesla's workforce. I think there are a lot of jobs that aren't being done today that might be done because Optimus is available for the job. You know, like maybe litter patrol or tidying up or something like that. That would be a lower priority. Optimus, I'm less optimistic than you are. Clearly,
I just know that I look at my own factory and I look at the current capability, just even the popcorn part that you're talking about. And there were several jobs in my factory that bot could do right now. Well, I don't have the factory anymore, but the factory I
right?
used to have. So I look at that and I go, no, those are jobs it could do, and those jobs are worth at least $200,000 if you have four shifts. They might even be worth 400,000 if you have four shifts. So therefore, if Tesla can save even 200,000 per bot that they deploy, and you multiply that times 5,000, I think you get to a billion.
We'll have to wait and see where the actuators are as the year unfolds. I think what we could see, much more likely, is a 3.0 demo that is more likely to move the stock. We did get to see Optimus running a test the other day, or rather, testing a run. That was impressive.
Yes.
Getting both feet off the ground, as Dr. Scott Walther observed, is challenging. It's a puzzle.
I remember watching my children get both feet off the ground when they were little, and that was challenging for them as well, especially jumping. Maybe that seemed to be more challenging than running.
Hmm, hmm. Um, these are these are challenges.
Challenges, yeah.
Um, Before we get to the chip fabrication, I would like to throw in a little catalyst for stationary storage for megapacks, mega blocks. That flywheel is still getting up to speed. It's not saying that production hasn't happened. Production is happening. The production is ramped, but getting paid for everything you've shipped takes a little bit of time because these are big capital intensive projects and you don't always get the full payment until they have been shipped out the door. And then they've got another factory coming online anytime now in Texas that will increase the production globally by 60%. That's that's a little bit. 89, oh, 60, 65%.
Yeah.
So that is a pretty substantial increase, don't we think?
Yeah, very interested in the Texas factory getting online and starting to produce. But I think the more immediate catalyst is I don't think anybody's planning. I don't think anybody has it in their numbers for the deployment numbers on January 2nd to be maybe another 50% higher than they were in the third quarter, and they could easily be that because they were still only at 11 or 12, I forget what it was, 11.5, was it, or was it 12.5? I think it might have been 12.5 in the third quarter. That's still uh, not even 2/3 of the capacity now for California and Shanghai. So I think if those numbers come out where I think they're going to come out, maybe 17 megawatt hours. No, I'm always forgetting
Gigawatt
megawatt
hours.
hours. Yes,
Mhm.
if they come out around 17 or 18, I think that'll be a surprise on the upside. And that and additionally the number of cars shipped, even though nobody's counting anymore, but of course they are. I think that'll be also a beat, and that should move the stock on January 2nd.
Mm. So I'm going to save the whole chip fabrication notion for a different show. It's a lot to get into. I think we can both agree that there won't be revenue from chip fabrication in 2026. Yeah, I
I'd
mean
like to see
it would
I'd
be.
like to see shovels. That's what I'd like to see in 2026. I'd like to see a site, one or more sites located, actual equipment in, moving dirt. That would be as much.
And if we don't see that in 2026, what will that
I
do
don't
to
think
your
I don't think it'll
optimism?
be a thing. If Elon doesn't move
Yeah.
dirt on this one quickly, I don't think he'll do a chip fab.
It's an incredibly challenging prospect. Other entire countries have tried to do it unsuccessfully. And if we look at the struggles that even Samsung and TSMC have had in building new fabs in new locations and seen the obstacles they've faced when they absolutely know what they're doing, it should give pause to the hyperboles that it is that there are challenges that are not always worth the cost. You can brute force your way into anything, but this is a business, and sometimes the price of admission is just too high. Guys, in the comments, what do we miss? What do we misunderstand? Leave it for us, we beg of you. Everybody else, stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you, clever robots, when you check out Randy Kirk's channel, where I appear no fewer than twice a week.